been aware of the Google trap. We have understood in democracy there are bases for everybody to do accordingly.
Join us as we bring you the stories that matter. We're going beyond the headlines to uncover the real facts and the core of every story.
We are doing this, we are doing that. At the end of the day, nothing will come out. What did they promise us? They will be in charge of security and life and whatever. But what are we getting in return?
With in-depth analysis and experts' interviews, Hard Facts delivers the truth that others dare not to reveal. Tune into Hard Facts every weekday, 3 to 6 p.m. and arm yourself with the knowledge you need to navigate today's complex world. Hard Facts, where the truth always prevails.
99.3 Nigeria Info.
Let's talk.
Welcome, TGIF. Thank God it's Friday. And I'll tell you why I love Fridays, because I know that it's time for Hard Fact Awards. 4 minutes gone past the 3 o'clock hour, officially welcoming you to Hard Facts. Yes, an abridged version of it, because on Fridays for an hour, we compile all the stories that we've had to maybe talk about in the news on our big three, on the big hard facts, or maybe stories making headlines across our national bulletins. Yes, of course, we put them together into 3 categories: the best stories for the week, the worst stories for the week, and of course the Nawa stories for the week. I'm Mary Okon, welcoming you to the show, Lagos. We're live, facebook.com/Nigeria Info. We're also live on YouTube, Nigeria Info FM. You can be part of the conversation today. How does it work? Well, you are the voting public, and I'm INEC. Yes, but I must guarantee you that your votes do count on the show. Why do I say that? Because you get to vote for which story emerges finally as the best, the worst, and the Noah stories for the week. All you need to do is listen carefully to the stories, whichever one appeals to you and fits the category. Then, of course, go ahead by all means and call or send me a message, because your votes, like I said, must and will always count on Hard Facts Awards. Once again, my name is Mary Okon, Lagos. Are you ready? Let's get the show on the road.
Millions of listeners trust us on Hard Facts. Whether it's politics, social issues, controversies, and trending stories, you know we're credible and objective.
It's Hard Facts with Marian Okon on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
All right. Let's get into the details for today. Yes, we're going to start with the very first category, which is the best stories for the week. And Lagos, these are the nominees. Now, in this category, we have federal government reopens third mainland bridge and LASMA warns against speeding. I'm sure you're happy about it, because now you don't have to go and do Urano. Straight to the point. And it's going to be an easy flow of traffic, because they've even told us that the road is so smooth. And there's that, temptation for you to want to drive like Mad Max. But don't do it. Don't do it. We've got cameras. And of course, last night is there, so use you and chop fresh fish. Our second story in this category, dollar video. Kanu files 8-count charge against Ganduje for receiving $200,000 from contractor. Still in the best stories for the week, diesel price drops as Dangote sells at 1,225 naira per litre, and then they might be supplying petrol sometime in May. That's a good story, right? Because diesel was expensive. Well, Lagos, these are the 3 big stories for our category, which is the best stories for the week. Shall I give you some background into it? Okay. Well, the first story being the Lagos State Traffic Management Authority warning motorists to observe speed limits when traveling along the extensive section of the newly repaired Third Mainland Bridge. They've opened it, yes. This was disclosed in a statement issued by the agency's spokesperson Adebayo Taufik on Wednesday. He urged motorists to observe all traffic signs and installed technological equipment connected to traffic. So the road is open. We're free to go back and forth the mainland, in a matter of minutes, as opposed to going through a coal bridge or going through the whole Iranu. second best story for the week. Kano State government has filed an 8-count charge against Abdullahi Ganduje, former governor of the state, for allegedly collecting $200,000 from a contractor. The charge that was seen by the cable newspaper filed before the Kano State High Court. The government said the offence contravened Kano State Public Complaints Anti-Corruption Commission Law 2008. The defendants in this case are Ganduje, Hafsat Umar, Abubakar Bauruwo, Umar Abdullahi Umar, Jibrila Mohammed, Lamash Properties Limited, Safari Textiles Limited, and Lesaga General Enterprises. The state government also accused Ganduje of collecting $210,000 kickback from the people and entities seeking or holding the execution of Kano State government contract and or project for the remodeling of Kantin Kwari Textile Market as a bribe through one of the contractors who's an agent. Do you remember this story? And that's how he got that Ganju dollar name. Do you remember? Well, now Governor Abba Kabir is saying it's time for us to do right by Kano people. Is that not a good story for you? And then finally, before we start voting, the pump price we hear of automotive gas oil, popularly called diesel, has dropped from about 1,700 naira per litre, which it had been selling for a few weeks now, to around 1,350 naira per litre in some locations across the country, following the sale of commodity by the Dangote Petroleum Refinery. It was gathered on Tuesday that $20 billion Watts refinery started pumping out diesel to domestic market last Wednesday. It sold a minimum of 1 million litres to each registered oil marketer that got the product from the plant since it commenced sale. So Lagos, which is your best story for the week? I'd like for you to start voting, so go ahead. Call 0201 465 7190. That's 0201 465 7190. Or better still, if you're listening to us from outside of the country and you also want to be part of the voting, please call us via Skype, Nigeria Info FM. That is how you can get through to us. And you could also join us on social media. So on Facebook Live, you can post your comments and your votes. You can also post your votes on our WhatsApp. For those of you who do not have our WhatsApp details, I'm going to give you the number right away so that you can be part of the conversation. How about that? Okay, so send your WhatsApp message to 080-959-75805. That's 080-959-75805. Send me a WhatsApp message. Don't call me. All right. Well, it's time for us to start voting. Are you ready? Let's go. 0201-465-7190. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Good afternoon. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Stay sorry. Please call us back. Hello. Welcome to Hard Facts Awards. Turn off your radio, please.
Hello, good afternoon. The uncorruptible umpire.
Hey, I wish this hype would put money in my account. Magic Man, what's your best story for the week?
He go foot. You know, there is this trend in this country that most times the governors who are leaving office would want to plant their own people. But this case of the scenario in Kano wasn't like that. So we are seeing the opportunity that the predecessors are opening the other side of the successors are opening the other side of their predecessors. So I go for the grand dollar. That is my vote.
All right. Yeah. Thank you very much. That's your best story for the week. So Ganju dollar, Gandola gets one vote. All right. Let's take more votes. Let's go. Hello. Welcome to Hard Facts Awards. Hello.
Hello, Marianne. Good
afternoon. How are you?
I'm all right. I've been in traffic for 3 hours now.
My dear, I suffered it small before I got here too.
But before I start voting, are we having issues with fuel again? I was in queue for more than an hour before I finally got fuel.
I think my Uber driver was also asking if there's going to be like an artificial scarcity, because we were seeing signs that people were lining up.
Okay, this is what I want to do. Do you have the number of Chinese ambassadors? Let them just come and buy this country.
Stop that. Stop it. I have vote.
1,225 naira gets my vote.
Okay, so Diesel gets your vote. Thank you very much for calling. Diesel gets 1 vote. All right, keep those votes coming. Hello, welcome to Hard Fact Awards.
Action lady.
Hey, Mr. Chris, how you doing?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
My vote will go for Gandola.
Okay, Gandola gets 1 vote.
I'm telling you, my vote go for Gandola, my sister.
All right. Thank you very much. So, anti-graft fights. Hello, welcome to Hard Fact Awards.
Marianne. Thank God it's Friday. Good afternoon.
TGRF, baby.
God go help you. Although this one I say calm down, I know it can't be sustained, but I keep my fingers crossed. Let me vote for that one.
Okay, thank you very much. Diesel gets another vote. Diesel and Gandola fighting for space. Hello, welcome to Hard Fact Awards.
Yeah, Rian.
Yeah.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Okay, my best story for the week is the reopening of the third mainland bridge.
Okay.
At least I can cruise to Lagos Island as I can.
As many times as you can.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So that's my best story.
All right. Thank you very much. I was about to say that. Lagosians, are you not happy? What's all this? Anyway, which one's my own? Hello, welcome to Hard Fact Awards.
Hello, Mary.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. I'm Chi. My best story for this week is the
Hello. It's the what?
opening of the language. So
Okay.
it won't be difficult for me to be going to Ikeja every time.
I see. All right. Thank you very much for calling. Well, I've got 6 votes already from the phone line, so I'm going to go to social media because we must carry everybody along. So where nobody can be left behind on this Friday. Why do we say Friday? But I love it when we say that. Anyway, let's go to social media. We're live, facebook.com/Nigeria Info FM. So go ahead and post your comment on our live feed. What is your best story for the week? I'm going to take some reactions here on social media. This one says, my best story for the week is the third mainland bridge. It's Chisco. Okay, Chisco. Thank you for your vote. This one says, Gandola gets my vote. Bright. Okay, Gandola gets a vote here. This one says Dangote to sell diesel at 125 or 127 gets my vote. Okay, so diesel gets another vote. Today's voting now. Hey, this one says good afternoon. To me, the best story is that Ganduje is being exposed once again on bribery cases. I hope this time around we'll get to the root of the matter. Boyson from Afro Media. So Ganduje gets another vote. Join the conversation. I want to take all your comments because every category gets 12 votes. 12 via telephone, 12 via social media. Now, if you are on Skype, please call us. We're Nigeria Info FM on Skype, and I want to give my Skype people an opportunity to vote because here, voting from the accounts is not this Republic of Marianne. Here, we allow everybody to vote. Yes, and yes. So I'm going to wait for 2 calls from Skype if I can get. I'll take one. I have need for 2 more votes, okay? So if you're listening to us from outside of the country and you want to join the conversation or you want to join in the voting, please go ahead and join us via Skype or Nigeria Info FM on Skype. But I'm going to go to WhatsApp now quickly and see if I can get my 2 votes. This one says, my best story is Gandola or Fendi Mendieta from Austin, Texas. Okay, Gandola gets another vote. So I'm left with 1 more vote. And I really wanted to give it to my diaspora people. Well, I've gotten 1 diaspora vote. So I'm trying to see if I can get another diaspora vote because here we carry everybody along. Nobody is left behind. All right. 1 more vote, and then of course we're going to the Coalition Center to make sure that your votes count. All right, Facebook Live. This one says, my best story for the week is opening of the third mainland bridge. Third mainland bridge. That's the last vote. I shall be back in just a moment. After coalition happens, we're gonna upload the result now to the mainframe. There's not going to be any disparity. Don't worry. We're very credible. And you know it.
Millions of listeners trust us on Hardfact. Whether it's politics, social issues, controversies, and trending stories, you know we're credible and objective.
It's Hard Facts with Marian Okon on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Do you want to dive into the exciting world of real estate and housing? Welcome to Madam Landlord, where we guide you through the ins and outs of property market. Whether you're a seasoned investor, a first-time buyer, or renting, we have got you covered.
You will be the one to go around roof, and when you call them, they start charging you for rubbish. All of a sudden, the house don't change for nothing. The industry standard is about 10%. You can do 5%, then it is your house. Or say it can be controlled.
Join us every fortnight on Wednesdays as we bring you expert advice, exclusive interviews, and insider tips from industry professionals, negotiation strategies to property management hacks. We will explore it all. Get ready to be inspired, informed, and empowered to make smart decisions when it comes to real estate dreams. We'll help you to navigate the market like a pro. Join us every fortnight from 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. on Wednesday.
And we're back with your results. The results are in, yes. Fellow Nigerians, in the category of best stories for the week. First is the opening of the third mainland bridge. Second is, of course, the Kano state government led by Governor Abba Kabir revisiting the Ganduje situation. Of course, the bribery scandal of by contractors up to the tune of about $200,000+. And of course, last but not the least, the fact that Dangote refinery has reduced the price of diesel to about 1,200 plus, as compared to 1,700 that Nigerians have been buying. Well, the results are in from the least to the most. Diesel got 3 votes. Third mainland bridge got 4 votes, coming in second. And of course, the best story for the week, ladies and gentlemen, is Gandola. Yay. Yes, the people of Kano are saying enough is enough. We want to make sure that we don't have any stain on us. Anyway, that's the best story for the week. Of course, Gandola, that's what it was tagged. But it's obviously the investigation into money related, or rather bribes collected from contractors by the former Kano State Governor, I beg your pardon, Ganduje. Well, let's go to the next category, which is the worst stories for the week. Are you ready? I'm going to run through the nominees. All right, Lagos, these are the nominees for the worst stories for the week. First in this category, electricity tariff to rise by 300%. Another worst story for the week, EFCC, FIRS failed to arraign Binance officials in tax evasion and money laundering cases. Tough Easter, food prices remain high despite Naira gain. And still in the worst stories category, or finally, bombshell amid insecurity. Bill denies governor sweeping powers over state police. Lagos, which is your worst story for the week? I shall go into details. Yes, wait. Well, our first nominee, obviously, in this category of the worst stories for the week is electricity. Power companies, we hear, will be allowed to raise electricity prices to 200 Naira. That's about $0.15 per kilowatt hour from 68 for urban consumers this month. Now, Bloomberg News consumers, a news agency, I beg your pardon, cited sources that reported on Tuesday that these customers represent 15% of the population that the government says will consume or always consume 40% of the nation's electricity. The agency said that Nigeria plans to almost triple the energy prices, with reported people in the presidency with knowledge of the matter saying that this was intended to attract investment and slash about $2.3 billion spent to cap tariffs, aka subsidy. Could this be your worst story for the week, Lagos? Or is it Binance that's continued to make an appearance in the news every single week. Let's take a look at what the Binance story is about. Well, the scheduled arraignment of top Binance officials at the Federal High Court in Abuja failed on Thursday after the Federal Inland Revenue Service said it could not serve charges to the defendants. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, similarly also failed to arraign them in a separate case before another judge of the court. The lawyers to the Nigerian Tax Agency, FIRS, Moses Ideho, informed the judge, Emeka Nwite, that the client or his client made efforts to serve charges to Tigran Gambarian, one of the Binance executives charged in the case, but was denied access. So it's one thing that there's the allegations of tax evasion. It's another thing to not be able to arraign them in our country. Wow. So Lagos, is that your worst story for the week? Or is it when you were celebrating Easter last weekend where news reports came to us saying that Easter was looking gloomy for most Nigerian families because many could not afford to celebrate the way they ought to? We gathered that Easter is obviously mostly celebrated by Christians and is seen as a season for sharing and caring for families. But as much as it involved, remembering the death of Christ, many people also eat and drink and go out. But many families this time around did not see themselves enjoying the season because of the hiking price of goods and services, the weakened naira can no longer purchase. So you remember when I came and I asked everybody on Monday that, how was your Easter? A lot of people were like, I beg, which Easter? Could it be your worst story? Or finally, could it be where the state police, I'm so sorry. Hold on. Yes. Could it be where the state police bill, which is already passing, on the floor of the National Assembly, is appearing to become a reality after President Tinubu and state governors agreed to work on the modalities to establish it. Now, the clearest indication is that this quest may translate into a reality as a bill or an act to alter the provisions of the Constitution for Federal Republic of Nigeria to provide for the establishment of state police and other related matters. This is currently in the works, by the way, on the floor of the House of Representatives. Meanwhile, the bill is also stoking controversy, even as insecurity across the country continues to worsen. But then the big slap on the face of governors is that they may not have sweeping powers over state police. So some people are asking, what's the essence of state police if we're going to have to go the same route of federal police? Could that be your worst story for the week? Well, Lagos, it's time for us to vote. Do you know what the nominees are? Well, EFCC fails to arraign Binance official. Electricity tariff to rise by 300%. Easter bad because there was no money. And of course, the issue of state policing. What's your worst story for the week? Let's vote. 0201-465-7190. These are the nominees. We'd like to hear from you on our phone lines. I'm taking 6 calls, and on social media, I'm taking 6 votes. So your vote must and does count on this show. So go ahead and vote. If you're on Skype, it's Nigeria Info FM. That's if you're listening to us from outside of the country. We're also on Facebook Live. So go ahead, facebook.com/Nigeria Info FM 99.3. I'd like to hear from you. Let's go. Voting time. Hello. Welcome to Hard Fact Awards.
Hello. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
My name is Peter Monse from Mush.
All right, Peter.
Yes. My worst story of the week is lack of proper celebration of Easter.
Okay.
I think for the first time, Easter was killed. And it's like Easter never existed. So that's the worst story for me, that things remain high. Nigerians could not afford to celebrate Easter. Very unfortunate.
All right, Peter. Thank you very much for calling. Hello.
Yeah, good afternoon, Media.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, you have Emmanuel on the line.
Emmanuel, what's your worst story for the week?
My worst story is that electricity tariff hike. Goods are already expensive, and this time around, in the next 1 or 2 weeks, I hope Nigeria won't go to market, and then there will be increase on the goods prices again. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, Emmanuel, for calling. Hello. Welcome to Hard Fact Awards.
Yeah, Maria.
Mm-hmm.
Afternoon.
Yes.
Who is my name?
All right, Rapper, what's your worst story for the week?
Yeah, my worst story is I go for electricity tariff.
Okay.
You know?
Mm.
Hey, Marianne.
Mm-hmm.
If my party didn't win this time, I will not involve in any election. Let me warn you. Let my party win this time.
What does that have to do with anything, Rapper Chiku? But thank you very much for calling. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon. We are again my incorruptible umpire.
Okay, well, merchant man, what are you voting for?
The electricity. It has been reoccurring. People have been pouring their hearts. It's my worst story of the week. Thank you very much.
All right, electricity is getting another vote here. Oh, I'm so sorry. Please call us back. 0201 465 7190. Hello. Turn off your radio. Hi.
Ibinabo.
Ibinabo. What are you voting for, Ibinabo?
Electricity tariff hike.
Ibinabo, have you eaten? You don't...
I've not had breakfast. Me being honest, I've been in traffic. Then if I stop by to eat something and I get home, I can't eat. I have to face some serious panel.
Yeah, I understand. Try and eat small things to just hold your body, because if you faint in traffic now, why not able to be set up? Do you understand me?
That's the thing. So maybe I'll just get something light.
Yes, something light.
Yeah, something light. I can have a bottle of drink with it, yeah?
Yes, something light.
God bless you.
All right, Ibinabo. It's a song that's playing in my head. Baby, give me something light. All right, I'm still taking. I have one more call to take, and then we'll go to social media. Hello, what's your worst story for the week? Hello, please call me back. Hello. Hello.
As me, no pick this. Come here for fight this afternoon.
Man, I'm ready to fight. Have you seen my muzzle? Hey, my God. We just fight in public. Go ahead, Mr. Bully.
This electricity tariff, SA, all of now. Anyway, Ogara Puruchuku, making the blackmail Marianne for here.
He said that if his party does not win, this election will not. Oh, baby, I will announce the result in the middle of the night. You cannot do anything.
Say no to corruption, Joe. Don't be intimidated. Right, John. I next year, man.
All right. Let's go to social media to take your votes. Yes. What's your worst story for the week? On Facebook Live, post your comments. I'd like to take your votes. Let's see what's on Facebook. Chidozie Okoli here says, electricity hike gets my vote. So electricity gets another vote here. Francis Uduma here says, electricity hike gets my vote too. Okay. This one says, EFCC's failure to arraign Binance man gets my vote. Funsho Banjo. All right. So EFCC and FIRS. Okay. Don't mind them. All right. All right. Let me go to WhatsApp and take your comments. Okay. Everybody's vote is going to count. Don't worry. Is this in this country? I don't need to. I mean, Caesar's wife is above ambition. If you have not read Shakespeare, forget it. All right, I need 4 more votes. Okay, let me go. This one says, tariff hike for me. This is Ben. Tariff hike is like looking like APC is gonna win this election. This one says electricity tariff hike. Okay. We're going. I need 2 more votes. This one says electricity tariff increase. Ladi from Ikorodu. I don't even need to announce this election in the night. I'll announce it in the day. This one says, my worst story for the week, obviously, is electricity tariff hike. Chisco, thank you very much. Well, it's time for me to go into Coalition Center. Let all the party agents gather, please. I need your eyes open. Look, as we're counting, if there's any invalid, we'll say invalid. If there's valid, we say valid. All the votes here gonna count.
There's a reason why over 1 million people tune into Hard Facts every day. We discuss in-depth stories with sources behind the facts.
The Lagos State High Court sitting
convicted, suspended the Chicago certificate story. It's never going away, is it? Show with stories for the day.
You hear diverse voices and opinions.
And she was meeting campaign with her husband, knowing that.
You should not put happy because there is nothing to happy about.
Yeah, it's quite pathetic the way the country is going.
We distinguish each story accurately with analysis.
It's Hard Facts with Marianne Okon on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
All right, I'm back. And the votes are in for the worst stories for the week. And I did tell you what the nominees are, but I'll just run through it again. Electricity tariff to rise by 300%. EFCC FIRS failed to arraign Binance official in tax evasion and money laundering cases. Toughest, the food prices remain high despite Naira again. And then, of course, finally, bombshell amid insecurity. Bill denies governor sweeping powers over state police. From the least to the most, I'll start from there. EFC's failure to arraign Binance official gets 1 vote. Easter, of course, poorly celebrated, gets 1 vote. And the winner is, ladies and gentlemen, the winner is electricity hike. And yes, even if we're in band A, do you want to kill us? Are you trying to kill us? This one Nigerians are asking. Band A, do you want to kill us? Well, I've not finished. What is this? But that's the worst story for the week. Now let's get to my favorite category, which is the Nawa story category. And Lagos, these are the nominees. First, in the Nawa story category, 3 bandit groups participated in Kuriga students' abduction and they all received ransom. Nawa. The Credit Association of Nigeria protests FIRS's Jesus debt message. Wait, Jesus paid all the debts, but he didn't pay taxes. All right, third in that category, reps summon firm over discrimination against Okon ex-governor's son. Now, wow. And still in that category, fake PDP CTC list can't stand, says Governor Fubara. Finally, in that category of Nawa story, palliative is necessary because people are hungry, says Governor Sule of Nasarawa State. Let's give you some background into it, shall we? First in the category, of course, is about the students who were kidnapped, where the first controversy was about the number of students, and then, of course, it came down from 200 plus to 100 plus. Now, in a recorded telephone discussion obtained by a newspaper reporter, a witness narrated how ransom was delivered because at least 3 groups of terrorists operating in Zamfara State were involved in the recent abduction of more than 130 students in Kuriga Chinkum local government area of Kaduna State. 2 intelligence sources and a security expert told Premium Times newspaper the students regained freedom last week Sunday, 2 weeks after the abduction. The school authority earlier established the figures to be 287, but the governor, Ubasani, later contradicted them, saying that the students kidnapped were 137. So they paid ransom. Now, wow. Second in that category, the Christian Association of Nigeria, CAN, had protested against the Federal Inland Revenue Service's recent Easter message bearing Jesus paid your debt, not your taxes. They said it was insensitive and derogatory. This was contained in a statement on Tuesday by CAN's director, National News and Social Issues, Commodore Abimbola Ayuba, retired. Now, wow, Jesus now your mate. All right, or could this be your Nawa story for the week? The House of Representatives Committee on Disability Matters has summoned the management of a food outlet, the Kentucky Fried Chicken KFC, for allegedly discriminating against a person living with disability, Adebola Daniel, son of former Governor Binga Daniels. Chairman of the committee, Dr. Bashiru Dawodu, during a media briefing held at the National Assembly, said that the committee is duty-bound to investigate the issues and other related matters. And the question is, law no day. Now, wow. All right, could it also be the drama in River State where Governor Similaye Fubara on Thursday declared that a purported list of the People's Democratic Party PDP Caretaker Committee members circulating in the media was fake? He said that the purported list was the handiwork of cheap publicity seekers and agents of crisis who would know that their imagination would not stand. Now, wow. I think River State would have moved on to other matters arising, but we're still here. And lastly, could it be Governor Sule, who's saying that while he doesn't believe in distributing food items and cash as palliative, the current situation demands such as measures because people are hungry. He granted an interview on Channels Television saying, look, subsidy is necessary because there's hunger. Now, wow. What is your Nawa story for the week, Lagos? Let's get into it. Call 02014657190. That's 02014657190. Or you could join the conversation via Skype. We're Nigeria Info FM on Skype. We're on Facebook Live. That's facebook.com/Nigeria Info 99.3. Or you could join the conversation on our YouTube Live. Post your vote on our YouTube Live on Nigeria Info FM. I'm going straight to the phone lines. Your vote, like I always say, must count. Hello.
Yeah, good afternoon, Marian, once again.
Yes, good afternoon.
You have Emmanuel on the line.
Go ahead, Emmanuel.
My Nawa story is this ransom that is being paid here and there.
Kaduna.
I hope one day in the future, who has a bandit as a governor who collects ransom and then buy the votes of Nigerians. And before I go, I want to greet a palliative governor. I'm just waving at him. Thank you.
Now you know. Okay. By the way, I want to ask, where's Ahigbe and where is Koboko? I haven't heard from Koboko. Koboko, I hope you're all right and you're doing great. Or you're taking a break from calling the radio. Ahigbe, I hope you're good too. I just wanted to put that out there because I haven't heard from them in a long time. Hello. Hello.
This is Ahigbe. I don't know where she did, but Koboko. Say, I no give am palliative for our program, so in the protest, I go find am better. And I don't even stop this page now because now they push one play. No, God.
What are you doing?
My Nawa story, no concern me. Okay, so I don't answer your question now. My Nawa story, as much as I empathize with what happened to Benga Danielson, former governor Benga Danielson, I just want to say the House of Assembly stepping into this loan issue for me is a big deal. What happens to many of us that have kids or adults or even fathers and mothers that have issues like this and nobody has come up to speak for us? So that's my Nawa story. Okay. If they are speaking for one person, they should give that justice and serve it round.
All right. Thank you very much. So National Assembly gets one vote. Okay. All right. Hello. Welcome. Sorry. Goodbye. Hello. Turn off your radio, please.
My ankle.
Oh dear, I'm so sorry. Do call us back. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, Peter Monse from Shomolu. My Nawa story is the governor of Sule. Nigeria is palliative. I beg somebody should tell him that they want to go back to the farm. Let them get the terrorists out of the farm. Let us go back to the farm. We know how to feed ourselves, not on palliative. We are not in a war situation.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, Peter, thank you very much. So say no to palliative, he says. Hello.
Hello, Marian. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
My Nawa story in House of Rep. They only care for the rich man people, rich man children. They no care for us.
But you don't think that this rich man speaking has opened their eyes to the things that the ordinary man speaking has been suffering?
I'll be my sister. What do we go do that? I got a hand with it. Bless you.
All right, thank you very much for calling. I do appreciate it. So the National Assembly gets another vote. Hello, Hard Fact Awards. Please turn off your radio. Turn off your radio. Please, when you call us, make sure your radio is off. The moment it starts ringing, turn it off, okay? Thank you. Hello.
Mary Ann.
Yes.
Good afternoon, my sister.
Good afternoon.
Well, for my Nawa story in you, Asun of Koboko and Mrs. Ahigbe want us to come and quote Bible for me and the Koboko too. No problem. Thank God one woman have said that Koboko is dealing with the palliative at Abuja. And our story is for National Assembly.
Okay.
Because if it is for the poor, nobody will going to listen to that. You made a comment that if it is for okay, maybe this one will open our eyes. Yes,
You will open their eyes, not our eyes, because we're the ones who are victims every other day.
See, Marianne, there are other things that is happening for privilege. Nobody to speak to them. That's the simple truth. Come to the street. That's the simple truth, my sister. Let's be sincere to ourselves. And our story is just for them to take in this action because of the elite.
All right. Thank you very much for calling. Hello. Welcome to Hard Fact Awards.
Marianne. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
This is Robert.
Robert, what are you voting for?
I'm voting for National Assembly News. Thank you very much. I never chop on Marianne. I need you to chop in your studio there.
We have a foam that is covering the mic. It's very edible. The headphones are edible. Paper and pen is here.
I need palliative.
Do I look like Governor Sule? Please, goodbye. All right, I'm going to go to social media now to take the votes that are coming in via social media, okay? Don't forget, if you're watching us live on Facebook, you can also post your votes there. If you're watching us on YouTube, you can post your votes there. But let me go to Facebook first before I go to WhatsApp. I always try to prioritize my Facebook and, Skype people. But Skype people are not calling, so let's face Facebook. This one says, ex-governor of Ogun's son's discrimination gets my Nawa vote. Okay, so National Assembly gets one more vote there. Okay, that's all the votes I'm getting here now on Facebook Live. Let me go to WhatsApp. On WhatsApp, this one says, my Nawa story is the palliative by the governor of Nasarawa State. Okay, so palliative gets one more vote, okay? Let me see. This one says, my Nawa story is palliative. Okay. My Nawa story is, okay. Yeah. So this person is saying the kidnapped students. That's Kaduna. That gets one vote. All right. This one says, my Nawa story is CAN versus FIRS over Easter. Okay. All right. Okay, that gets one vote. Okay. Finally, this one says, my Nawa story is bandits and ransom payment. Okay, and that gets one vote. Okay. I'm going to try to make the Nawa story longer, the votes longer. I'm supposed to take 12 votes, but because I'm seeing so many messages, I want to indulge all of you. So let's see. I'm going to try to make it 24, which is a round figure. Does that work? Okay. So I need more votes. If I get up to 20, then that works for me too. This one says, ex-governor's son's discrimination gets my vote. Okay, all right. Thank you. So National Assembly gets another vote. All right, this one says, Nigeria has become the Federal Republic of Palliative. APC change. Lucky from Ikorodu. All right, so Palliative gets one vote. Okay. I'm going to go back. So don't forget, you can just join us also on Twitter. That's X to vote. What's your Nawa story? I'd like to hear it. Okay. And don't forget, at the top of the hour, 4 o'clock, Ireti Bakari Yusuf is going to be here with Borderlands. And today, we've got very interesting guests on the show. Yes. We've got very interesting guests on the show. And I'm going to give you the names of these guests. Today, she's going to be talking to a Reverend Father. He's a Lutheran evangelical pastor, preacher rather, in Palestine. Yes, Dr. Muntha Isaac is going to be joining Ireti Bakari Yusuf on Borderlines today, so don't miss it. Also, she's going to be talking with Noah Ode. She is a communications consultant and political analyst. She's also from the Middle East. It's going to be an interesting conversation if you ask me, so do not miss Borderlines. But we're still taking in our stories for the week. Okay, are you there? Send a message to me if you are joining us on WhatsApp. It's 0809598585. That's 08095985. So I'm allowed to take calls this time around. Okay. Hello. Sorry about that. Please call me back if you can. Hello. Hello.
Hello. Good afternoon.
Yes.
The incorruptible umpire. My vote goes to that Kaduna kidnapped.
Okay.
If Lai Mohammed, now what story, Abi?
Yes.
Am I in line?
Yes, of course.
Okay, yeah. Now what story? Yeah. If Lai Mohammed were to be around, we would say in the line. But this one, I never knew a governor decided to take over from Lai Mohammed. So they are not telling us the truth. That is my story.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for calling. Hello.
Hello, maybe.
Yes, turn off your radio, please.
My name is Sam. My story is that of palliative. So Nigeria has become a palliative center. So governors are taking our money in the name of palliative and put it inside their pocket. How many of the people have you received yours, Maryam? Have you received any palliative?
I don't think I qualify to be poor because they're giving it to the poorest of the poor.
Poorest of the poor, Abi. I never, nobody poor around my community. Is that what you are saying? I
don't know. I didn't say anything about your community. You asked me a question and I'm answering. I'm not poor, or I don't fall in that category.
Okay.
All right. Thank you very much for calling. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, Makatuman.
My beautiful sister. You know me too. I miss Kofuko.
I know.
I miss her serious. I don't know. If I even know he has self, I would have checked on him.
Yeah, but when you're going to take palliative to him, because I hear his vexation is that there's no palliative for him.
Now that was my story. Palliative. Because they fail to do the right thing now. That's why they are selling palliative. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. So palliative gets another vote. I'm targeting 20 here. If I can get 20, then of course we will call the votes. Somebody's trying to correct me here. The person that is telling me that is China Chebe. Excuse me. Did you not catch the joke? You didn't catch it. Sorry. I do know that that's China Chebe, but you're trying to be smart, kid. Don't worry. I know it was a joke. Anyway, I'm going to take one more vote from our telephone lines. Hello? Hello? All right. I'm going to let that call go because I think that line is a bit problematic. Hello?
Hello, Maria.
Good afternoon. Very good.
My dear, God bless you. My Nawal story, Nada palliative, my dear.
Okay.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes, I can hear you. Palliative.
Please,
Okay.
I want to ask, Koboko call. It was belong, Wabi. You let the call when I don't know to see me.
Well, we're all asking the same questions, but thank you very much for calling. I'm sure that Koboko is listening to all of you now. All right, let me go to social media, then I'll wrap up on the votes right away, okay? This one says, now our story is palliative governor. Palliative is winning, no. All right, Fred, thank you very much for your story. And this one says, now our story is palliative. Okay. All right, we're going to go into the coalition room now and collate your votes. When we come back, we will tell you who won in this category. Stay with us.
Credible journalism, bridging the gap between people and those in authority. With Hard Facts, you are sure to get only the facts.
Tune in to Hard Facts with Marianne Okon on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
All right, Lagos, the votes are in. The Nawa story category, we had so many nominees. And I'm going to run through those nominees and then I'll tell you who the winner in this category is. First, in that category, we told you that 3 bandit groups participated in the abduction of students in Kuriga, and they all received ransoms as opposed to what we were told. Also, Khan and the FIRS were involved in a back and forth as to why should you play with my Jesus? What's all this? And it looks like, from what Khan has said, that the FIRS always takes that shot every Easter. Well, Khan was saying, this is wrong. It's derogatory, and they did indeed issue an apology at the FIRS that it was not intended. Okay. Reps also summoned a firm over discrimination against Ogun governor's son. Remember the KFC shut down at the airport because they discriminated against a person living with disability who also happens to be the son of a former governor of Ogun State, Otumba Gbenga Daniels. And of course, even though there are laws in Lagos for which they can be charged, the House of Representatives is still calling them to face a committee. And I'm asking, is there no law? Why can't the law take its course? Anyway, now wow. And finally, fake Rivers PDP CTC list can't stand, says Fubara. And of course, Governor Sule of Nasarawa State is saying palliative is very necessary because people are hungry. But we're also asking, while you are trying to feed the hungry, how long will we continue to collect loan and be doing palliative as opposed to fixing the system? Now, wow. But this is how you voted from the least to the most. The FIRS failing to the FIRS and the Christian Association of Nigeria got 1 vote. Kaduna State paying ransom to three different groups out of Zamfara State who kidnapped the students from Kuriga got 4 votes. The National Assembly asking for the KFC officials to be summoned in front of a committee on people living with disability. I beg your pardon. Got 7 votes. And finally, with the most votes, totaling 8 votes, palliative Governor Sule got the most votes, 8 votes. And that is our Nawa story for today. This one's for the palliative governor. Even though the people say we don't want palliative. I love this show. Anyway, we've got a few minutes before we wrap things up here. I'll run through the best stories, the worst stories, and the Nawa stories. But before I do that, don't forget, at the top of the hour, 4 o'clock, we will be having Borderlines with Ireti Bakare Yusuf, and she will be having guests on the show today to talk about what's still happening in Israel and Gaza. Just so you know, there has been a push and a shove from the United States and United Kingdom after the people from the food kitchen were killed by strikes from Israel. We hear, of course, that the president of the United States was on a phone call to Benjamin Netanyahu yesterday. And then as at today, we hear that 2 people have been docked for what happened in Israel. But will that appease the many other people who have been killed in this regard? If they were not members of Food Aid, will it get this kind of attention? These are the questions that are being asked. And of course, these 2 people that have been docked, will they be serving time for what happened to those aid workers who were killed by that drone strike? Well, these and other things will be discussed as, of course, Reverend and theologian, evangelical Lutheran pastor, and academic, Reverend Dr. Mantha Isaac, will be joining Ireti Bakare on the first segment of the show. And on the second half of the show, she'll be joined by an activist, a political analyst, and of course a communications consultant, Noah Ode. It promises to be an interesting conversation. So Lagos, don't miss it. Let me run through our stories for today. The best story for the week today is Ganju Dollar. Our worst story for the week, obviously, it's the 300% rise in tariff for electricity. And our worst story for the week, obviously, is Governor Sule saying palliative is very necessary because people are hungry. Permit me to say palliative because that's what somebody calls me. Lagos, I want to thank you all for being part of the conversation. It's time for me to say my goodbyes. Ireti Bakare Yusuf comes right after the top of the hour with Borderlines. I'm Mary Ann Okon. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Threads, MIMIEYO. Or better still, you can just search for Mary Ann Okon anywhere else. And when you do find me, follow me, send me a message, DM me, whatever. Let's get talking. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. I'll see you back here on Monday. Enjoy Lagos.
There's a reason why over 1 million people tune into Hard Facts every day. We discuss in-depth stories with sources behind the facts.
The Lagos State High Court has convicted, suspended the Chicago certificate story is never going away, is it? Show with stories for the day.
You hear diverse voices and opinions.
And she was meeting her friend with her husband.
The home of the best talk.
CBN gives BTCs dollars at 390 naira. They cross over and sell it at 502. Who does that?
In Nigeria, the most important election as a youth in Nigeria is the presidential election. That's what we're waiting for.
No, that's a lie, yo. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
And now the business news.
99.3 Nigeria Info. You're listening to the business news. The time is 4 o'clock. President Bola Tinubu says Nigeria's economy is at a turning point and requires the support of the private sector for it to thrive. Speaking during Iftar on Thursday in Abuja with members